It's Monday, November 21st, and we're on baby watch. So this is Petal, and to be honest, I have absolutely no idea how far along she is. You may remember my house sheep Penny, if you've been here for a while. She's Penny's mom, and she's the reason that Penny was a house sheep because Penny fell in a hole, and this mom just walked off and left her. So now that I know that she's pregnant, you can see her belly down here. See that bulge right there? I know she's pregnant, but I don't know exactly how long she's been pregnant or how far along she is because I was dumb, and after everybody had their babies, I left Watson in there. Yeah, I know, rookie mistake. I didn't know. I didn't think about it. I knew it could happen, but I didn't think about it because everybody was nursing. So she wasn't because I had Penny at home because she rejected her because Penny fell in the hole. So I don't really know how far along she is. However, I've done some math. Penny was born on May 28th. And Watson for sure was left in there for maybe a couple of weeks to a month. Because again, everybody had just had babies. Everybody was nursing. So I didn't really think too much about it. And he can't live with the goats because the goats are really mean to him. So, and Watson is such a sweet ram that he just gets beat up. So I just left him in with the girls, just not really thinking too much about it. So if I've done the calculations even remotely correctly, then Penny was born May 28th. So that means the first cycle should have been within 30 days that she would have gone into heat maybe. So anyway, math aside, because I'm also not a math whiz, she should be due any day. I keep looking for signs of it and I just don't see any yet. She's not really hollowing out right in here where I would like to see, but she is pretty dippy in her belly. It looks like the baby has fallen a little. And it kind of depends on the lighting. Sometimes she looks more hollowed out, sometimes she doesn't. I've been looking at her butt because, it'll get pinker and it'll start swelling when they're ready. And she has absolutely no udder. And her vulva hasn't started swelling yet. So I just don't know. But here's why she's locked up. If you have a baby and you walk off and leave it because it fell in a hole, and then when I give it back to you, you refuse to take it, you get special circumstances and you get your very own cage. What is this? This is a stall. She gets her very own stall. She's not overly happy about it. I checked the cameras this morning and she was kind of complaining because all of her sisters had gone out into the field. But you know what? This is life. This is where you're at right now, ma'am. So I have everything in here that she would need to have a baby. I've got the bucket or what is that? A barrel with a light source. So I just have that on right now. I probably could go ahead and turn it off, but it's just on right now. She has water. She has her own food. She has her own hay. And I have my camera in place. We use the Reolink cameras. We like those the best. No, this video is not sponsored, but it could be. Come on, Reolink. But in this barn alone, I have another camera over here so that I can kind of pay attention to all of these ladies and just make sure that everybody comes in at night and that they're doing what they're supposed to do. And then again, I have this camera right here, which shows right into her pen. I like it because I can see everything that she's doing from the house. After our last lambing cycle, I just realized that I needed cameras. We had cameras then too, but it was so nice to be able to watch what was going on so that I knew that if I needed to come over here or not. In fact, I did make a rookie mistake last time with Sweet Pea. She was struggling and not really realizing because, birth could take a while. I should have come over and internally checked her because she did end up losing a baby. But lesson learned, come over faster, get up out of bed even at 3 a.m. in the morning when you're nice and toasty and warm. But yeah, I do like these cameras. They are really helpful. So this is where we're at. I've got one pregnant mama right now, and that is more than enough. Hopefully this time around, she will be a good mom and she will actually nurse her babies, but she's gonna have to have an udder come in because right now it's not looking great. Although I will say that even with these girls over here, they never really got a big udder either. And Sweet Pea nursed 3 babies, and Willow, well, so did Willow and, no, Luna did. So they nursed 3 babies just fine and never had a really big udder. So maybe it's the breed of sheep that they are. I don't know. I'm still learning about thin sheep. I've only had them for a couple of years, and we've only had 1 breeding cycle with them. So I'm still trying to figure out like udder width and diameter and milk production and all that fun stuff. So if you are somebody though that has thin sheep or a smaller breed of sheep, let me know in the details, like what are their udders really supposed to look like? Because like I said, Sweet Peas was never any bigger than just like what I could hold in my hand, but she nursed 3 babies just fine. After watching these girls, you would honestly think I never feed them. They get fed all day long, plus they have like 3-4 acres just to go out there and graze on. So they are not deprived. I do have one though that's pretty skinny. This lady right here, we've been fighting parasites like barber pole worms so bad all year or all summer, and it's really hit her the hardest. So her and my smaller ones, wherever they're at, but you can see like this one, she fought them quite a bit. So I'm trying to put some weight back on them, and we're having a hard time. We're finally over the barber pole worms, but now I'm trying to get more weight on them. So if you've got sheep, what's the best way to put weight on them? I am feeding them alpha hay, which is a probiotic alfalfa, and I'm feeding them grain that we're getting from the feed store, which I think is like 16 or 18%. I thought about adding corn, and I thought about adding oats. So let me know if that's what I need to do. All right, so based on how round she is, how many do you think she has? You can see she really is dropping quite a bit right through there. So what do you think? How many? She only had 1 last time, but thin sheep are known to be prolific breeders with like the world record of being like 9. So I don't think she's gonna have 9, but how many do you think she's gonna have? Okay, so I just had my son help me hold her, and I was able to like push on her belly because she's also almost feral and doesn't want anybody to touch her. But anyway, I was able to push on her belly and I felt movement. So, and it was like kicking at me. So that was super fun. I'm going to bring you guys along for this journey. So we'll see how she does every day until she has these babies.